Please welcome the teams of Argentina and United States of America. Veuillez accueillir les équipes d'Argentine et États-Unis d'Amérique. If you're able, please rise for the national anthem of United States of America. Si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour écouter l'hymne national des États-Unis d'Amérique. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Argentina. Veuillez rester debout pour l'hymne national de l'Argentine.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of action from the UEFA Friendship Cup 2025. And what a game we have in prospect here between two nations who both prevailed via the draw followed by the penalty shootout on the opening day. This is the first match today. We'll also have France, Australia, Uruguay, Portugal, Japan and Senegal. But right now it's Argentina and the USA, and here is the Argentina side, and it is exactly the same as the 11 that kicked off against Australia in game 1, despite Andre Maldonado going down with what looked like a bad injury, the right back. He plays. Matias Cordoba had their best 2 chances and couldn't quite finish. Different story for the USA, who had an extraordinary match against the French. A lot of changes here. In fact, only Dominic Chonky, the captain today, keeps his place, having started in game 1. Julian Muller is our referee as the players come together in the spirit of friendship, which this tournament is all about. Remember, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and an extra bonus point if you win your penalty shootout, like these two did. Incredible game, quite literally, from start to finish for the USA. Inside 1 minute they led against the French, and 2-0 up for most of the game, and conceded in the 93rd and the 94th. Not quite as many chances, and certainly not as many goals in the Argentina-Australia match. They were well matched, to be fair, with opportunities few and far between. It felt like it might be tight and goalless from quite early on, and that is how it was until the shootout. The toss of the coin has brought a change of ends. This much changed American side. Marlon LeBlanc, the coach, brought a whole squad, born in 2007 for this. There's a fair few with MLS Pro contracts within the squad. But really mixed it up in terms of his selection. There are actually regulations about that everybody must play a certain amount of time across the matches, and Marlon LeBlanc opting to go with wholesale changes. Rizvanovic in goal. Peter, Dunham, Pearce, Willie and Worth all come in to start, having not done so last time. So too Marvin Dills of Eintracht Frankfurt. Lapia and Contreras, the forward from Dallas. Ready to go in the shadow of UEFA HQ in Neon then, with game 2 on day 2 of action. Argentina against the USA, both with 2 points in the bag, having drawn and won via spot kicks. And a first touch immediately for the incoming keeper, Kane Rizvanovic of Minnesota United, given a start by Marlon LeBlanc today. That's Blake Willie of Sacramento just dropping in to receive from midfield. And the right back here is Tyson Pearce. Argentina's players all made up of lower league ascenso, as they call it, clubs. Tyson Pearce here with the throw. And he gets it back. St. Louis City he plays for. In midfield there, just missing his touch. Nate Worth, he was a late call-up. And it, for a moment, looked like it might have been costly. Forward by Caden Moore. Australia had more possession against Argentina early on. This one has begun in a similar fashion. Bright start from America. And Tyson Pearce with the pullback. And it really has been a bright start from the Americans. They've got the game's first corner here. No, it's a throw just by the corner flag, actually. That is Mauricio Ponce of Quilmes, the left back, who's just hobbling a little there. Willie. Great feet from Cordoba there. Had the two best chances against the Aussies and was off target with them both, but he was still a decent threat and looked good. He and Facundo Jozwiak behind him in midfield, their principal threats, and they've just exchanged a little high five there as they win the game's first corner here. Did sit for the shot, and so did that, albeit a very ambitious one. 30 yards out. Junior Flores with the, well, 1 in a million? Maybe not quite, but approaching that. Braden Dunham here, one of the Atlanta, excuse me, crew here in this USA squad. There's a fair few of those. And there's a fair bit of space here. How's the cutback? Well watched, Tyson Pearce on the cover. The right back in to do the job. Easy pickings for Rizvanovic. Well defended, Caden Moore. Worth. Across to Willie. USA are already ahead by this point. in game one, on day one. Remember, everyone playing each of the three other nations in their groups. And then we'll see where we are for what comes next as the Contreras cross goes flashing across everyone and out the other side. Ravano, he was excellent in that position, right-sided centre half in the Australia game. Looks like he might have a fairly busy day here as well. Early starts for Argentina both times over. Oh, what a lovely reverse ball that is, and that is a brilliant goal. And it's another early lead for the USA. Excellently made.
Number 11.
And delightfully finished. Argentina's defence undone by a really neat sequence. Now, they scored early against the French and then made 1-0, 2-0 and couldn't hold on. Let's see if they can hold on this time. For the second time in 9 minutes, Argentina are kicking off. Contreras put the finishing touch on it, but there was a lot of great work from his teammates in the build-up. Dill's flying into the challenge. Now Argentina will have to up it a little bit. Or maybe they'll keep it calm. That's an interesting ball. Razvanovic just got a piece of it. And actually, not that anyone knew it at the time, except the assistant referee, but the offside flag was up. Moved on by Moore. Here's the captain, Chonky, in whom hopes are very high. 17-year-old from Atlanta. Peter, confidently done, another clever reverse ball. Didn't quite bring a second goal, but a really similar pattern. Inventive and accurate and impressive so far, the USA. Here's the goal scorer. Passing it around really confidently here, the US. And that's a good take from Worth. Late call up from Tampa Bay once they had one or two injury issues. Nate Worth. They don't as such have a knockout round in this, just your final group placings determine what goes on in the end game, the fourth set of matches, if you like. The teams from the two groups, A and B, will play each other according to where they finished in it. So effectively, the winner of Group A, which these two are in, will play the winner of Group B in what is effectively the final match, and there'll be a third place match, a fifth place match, and so on. That's a late challenge. This time from Marvin Dills, Eintracht Frankfurt youngster. Who has just turned 18. I think Marlon LeBlanc will be extremely happy with how they played so far. Never mind the lead, they've been right at it, the young Americans. Ravano had to win that, and he did. Confidently done, and he's kept on running, the centre-back here, and he's in the middle. But so is Rizvanovic for a pretty comfortable take. Still 17, Kane Rizvanovic. Zach Campagnolo of the Colorado Rapids was in goal and has the number 1 jersey. Regular contenders, the USA at under 17 international level. 3-time champions in that CONCACAF age group. Cut open by one pass here. Well, not an easy effort. Quite a comfortable save. He continues to wait for his first goal, Matias Cordoba, who's one of many. This Argentine squad, not the majority of them, but by some distance, the club with the biggest representation is the Colón club. It's one or two from Quilmes as well. A few other clubs are represented, but they are all from the Ascenso in the Argentine lower leagues. Jozwiak, another really good ball from their best midfield playmaker. Just starting to look more of a threat. Chonky, captain, beaten to it, but didn't he recover well here? Doesn't want to be too eager in trying to win it back. Contreras has come to help him. It's coming straight back though. That is a very long way out to be trying to hit one of them from. For now, Argentina can't get any closer than that. Good again from Ravano. Space out here, running into it. Tyson Pearce. Ponce keeping him honest. That's nicely moved. Here's Lapierre. Oh, brilliant skills! And what a save that is from Kufia. Absolutely fabulous footwork from Dino Lapierre. And all it's earned his side is a corner, thanks to the brilliance of Lucas Kufia. That looked for all the world like it was going to be 2-0. Superb save, really was. Dino Lapierre. His one goal for the US at this level was a good one. A 4-3 winner against Norway earlier this year. It just calms down a little. Really well made, well taken goal from Jadon Contreras of FC Dallas. Has USA in front here, but it has been opening up. Offside flag here. Will stop Cordoba in his tracks. This US squad has 6 players who are signed to MLS homegrown contracts. Mixture of academy players with those playing in the MLS Next Pro Reserve League. 1 or 2 attached to European clubs. I mentioned Lapierre of Leipzig and Dills of Eintracht Frankfurt. Marlon LeBlanc's only had a couple of friendlies before this Friendship Cup. So far, so good. Safe hands again. Nippy enough to get there again. Contreras trying to find the back of the net. Kufia will come out and grab it, and another scare. This one survived by Argentina, but this has already been a match that's looked far more likely to yield goals. Obviously it has won, but even beyond that, far more likely than the 90 minutes that the Argentines played against Australia. Wasn't a bad game as such, it just wasn't full of chances. They were both absolutely going for it. There was plenty of energy, a lot of hard tackling, and so much closing down that nobody had any space at all. There feels like a lot more space here today. Kept in play, and he's onside, Contreras. Flamenco just dropping in there. He's very much the sitter for Argentina, wearing 5 in their midfield. That long ball has bypassed him, and it'll just, yes, stay in for Lucas Kufia here. Another one of the Colon contingent. Only had maybe, well, 1, certainly 2 at a push. Decent saves to have to make in that Australia game. He's already made a brilliant one here. Flamenco and with the 50-50, and then Leguizamon likewise, and here he is again. It's nicely done actually by Perez. Him and Leguizamon have in fact swapped flanks. First half of the first half has passed, and looks like a more open affair, this one. Well, that was a pretty firm challenge, but not a fair one. And this is certainly in tasty distance. There'll be contenders aplenty, I'm sure, for Argentina here. This is within range, no doubt about that. Captain Barbona is interested, and he's not the only one. Let's keep a lookout for the far post runners as well. Even Naui Flamenco is able to join here. Ponce, a left-footed option perhaps. Pushed out from the original Barbona effort and then off the line. Foul by Flores. And he's going to be carded for that. He kicked the ball. Well, I say he's going to be carded. Let's see if he is. He's kicked the ball away there. He's going to get away with it. Stopping the USA taking the free kick when they wanted to. Nothing very friendly about that. Apart from the officiating, perhaps. Dunham. Great switch of play to find Tyson Pearce here. That was a 50-50. And Nate Worth had to win it and he didn't. Now, Cordoba. And again, Cordoba. Really difficult hit on the bounce, that, even for a player of Josviak's technique. That's a nice take. And in on the cover, Nate Worth was there again, and maybe Argentina missed their moment there. Certainly could have been a moment for them. Flores looking for somewhere to go. He's hit the back of his teammate, Perez. Santiago Pita knocking it down. Ponce. Confident pass. Great control as well from Barbona. Even Barbona of Colon. Chonky had to get there and did just, and was fouled in the process. Dunham seeing plenty of the ball. Yellow card out for that challenge. And I'm not surprised, it was a little bit late on the goal scorer. And Jaden Contreras looks like he's going to be okay, but we've had the yellow card out. It looks like Flamenco was the guilty party. It was actually Maldonado who received the caution there. Flamenco stood next to him looking guilty. Dunham with the big crossfield switch. Maldonado gets his challenge in. Have to be careful now because he's up against Contreras, who we've already seen is lively and quick. He can't get another caution. Confirmation of that there. Dunham and Pearce on the right side of this defence are the regular starting points for most of it. Oh, the pass was on. Perez saw it and cut it out. Jozwiak quickly closed down himself by Blake Willie. It's been a good half an hour this from the USA. They threw away a 2-goal lead in their last game, so they won't be getting too presumptuous about anything just yet, but they are absolutely sharp as a tack so far here. Didn't really look in a great deal of trouble against the French in their first game, but just bang bang, 93 and 94, and suddenly the seemingly guaranteed victory had become a draw. But at least they, from their point of view, were able to regroup and win the ensuing shootout to get the extra point. Captain Chonky is actually going to leave it after all that. Dunham. And Pearce immediately under pressure. Tobias Perez plays in the B team of Ferro in the Ascenso. Oh, Rizvanovic took too long there. The minute he had that touch, you knew it was just going to offer up an opportunity maybe for Cordoba to test that composure. Well worth closing down, and relief for Kane Rizvanovic. Had one cap before this game. Got a clean sheet in it as well against Peru in September. He's an hour away from another one. That's a long way. The counter-attack is on. Suspect, had that reached its target, the pass that the offside flag might have been up, as Kufia goes long. Dunham mops up again. Junior Flores. Perez cannot shake his marker, but hasn't. He picked out a beautiful pass there for Ponce, and then Jozwiak completes the switch. Argentina trying to find something. They're not going to find it with that pass, but there's definitely more about them, and there needs to be. There's an out of play, and they're a goal down. Long searching ball for Santi Pita. Neatly done. Chonky. Back to Caden Moore. Homegrown status from next year, Caden Moore at Atlanta, but effectively signing from their academy. Is Worth. Moore again. Good relationship, obviously, with Chonky there to his left, at club level as well as international. Constant outlet here. Tyson Pearce on the right side. Great energy, and found once more here. And they've worked that well to find the space. Shame about the little interchange between Willie and Peter. Didn't quite work. That's a good ball into Cordoba. Leguizamon. Ball won cleanly. Still, as a result of that, what looked like a good, fair, albeit strong challenge. It's Leguizamon who's down there. Looks like he's okay. Claudio Gugnali has got a half-time team talk coming up here. And they do have those 2 points in the bag already. Argentina, one of the two South American nations involved in the Friendship Cup. France and Portugal from Europe. Uruguay, the other South American. Obviously the USA are here. Senegal from Africa. And both Australia and Japan. This is the second edition of this. The first was a little more than a year ago in Turkey with a totally different set of nations, just invitational. Willie back to Dunham. Dunham across to Moore. Those three, the sitting midfielder and the two defenders behind him, are seeing tons of the ball. Now that, however, was a little on the slack side, and Perez nearly stole in. Didn't Worth do well. Oh, clever from Peter. Popping it through the legs of Tobias Perez. Willie, excellent. Well, there was a split second there, maybe, when the shot was on. For Dino Clapia. American ball here. And an Argentine telling off by the looks of it. Referee just explaining that if you raise your arms and get it wrong, I will give a penalty. The short option looks on here. Well, they've just spotted that. The two-man Argentine wall. Solid header clear. Clapier has fought really hard to win that back and win the throw for the USA, who are 6 minutes away now, plus anything that is added on from having a half-time lead here. 2 points in the bag already, remember. They and Argentina with that. The French and the Australians, who meet later, 1 point each. Brilliant long throw. Is Peter. Perez sticking with him. Was that a fair push or a foul one? Fair, but the Argentine winger got his foot in, hence the American throw. Braden Dunham is winding up for what looks like another long throw here. Indeed he is, but much too close to the goalkeeper. But that looks like a real weapon, doesn't it? New to this level of international football. First call up for Braden Dunham, and he started both games in the centre of the... Excuse me, he started this game in the centre of the American defence. Did not start the first, came on. 9 substitutions are allowed. And as part of the inclusivity of this 2025 UEFA Friendship Cup, everyone's got to get decent game time across the 3 matches. Chonky forward, but it's coming back at him now, into Cordoba. Nate Worth just a little too eager to win a ball from the wrong side there. Chonky then tripped after Argentina tried to catch him out, and very nearly did actually, but it pretty well switched on. The American captain is down. Didn't look like that great a challenge in all truth. Dominic Chonky, the second youngest ever starter at first team level for Atlanta United. George Bello the first. Peter is the target, and he got his first touch on it. Once again, you would say that just about this is within range. Dills, Worth. Now there's just one contender, but look where they're massing here, far post. Maybe that's a decoy.
2 minutes of additional time will be played. 2 minutes de temps additionnel sera joué. Goal scored for the United States by player number 14. But marqué pour les États-Unis par le numéro 14.
Time done, and the USA scoring early and late in the half. On his debut, Brainham Dunham right in first half stoppage time, doubling the lead. The question this time, can they hang on? They were 2-0 up against the French and let that slip. Argentina with it all to do, hands on hips. Half-time in neon. Argentina 0, USA 2. Free kick to the USA. Enjoying themselves in Switzerland so far. Plenty of activities going on during the Friendship Cup, even in between the football matches. Ponce. Clever touch. Józwiak fighting hard to win it back. Chonky fighting hard to win it back from him, and he has, the American captain, but illegally. Free kick to Argentina. The other game in this group later on between the French and the Australians. And at the moment, the USA are going to be the ones in the best position. They're putting the pressure on here to try and make Argentina turn over possession, but they haven't. They've worked that brilliantly, and Józwiak has got it out here to Leguizamon. It's another wayward long-distance shot, and that has been the way for them, really, across both of the matches. Speculative shots from 20, 30 yards away. Cheap turnover there. Flamenco with the deep one. Oh, it's just too deep. It was a nice idea trying to pick out Leguizamon. Ravano. Chonky kept in, but not for a teammate. Chonky tightened the tackle. Józwiak definitely having a bigger influence on this second half as Blake Willie comes in to try and challenge him. Józwiak's done very well. Goal kick is the call. Argentina wanted a free kick, then they wanted a corner. They'll get neither. Ball in towards Clapia. Such is the pace and the ferocity of the tackles from both sides here. No one has any time on the ball at all. Oreja, rare opportunity for a couple of touches. That's a clever pass to Dino Clapia. Job well done defensively, not for the first time by Jonas Ravano, another one of those Colon contingent within the Argentina squad. Caden Moore. Willie has worked himself into trouble there, didn't release the ball, and this is really promising for Argentina. 4-on-4. Leguizamon, well, it's not promising anymore. That's a disappointing effort. Substitution coming for the USA shortly as Clapia offloads. Accurate pass for Orejuela, who's already been a factor since coming on, and that was a good shot. Only just pulled wide. Plays in the MLS Next Pro for North Texas, Leo Orejuela. Leguizamon, chased by Dominic Chonky. Maldonado up from right back. But, the USA left back does very well indeed. That was defending from way beyond his 17 years. Changes for the USA here. Peter being replaced by Colton Swan, who scored within a minute of his debut the other day. Justin Ellis is on for Clapia. And Marvin Dills has been replaced by Santi Morales. A lovely solo goal from him. The Inter Miami player Santi Morales against the French. That looked like a pullback. There you go, confirmation of the 3 changes. A lot of fouls from Argentina, a lot of free kicks for the US, and they've now made 4 changes of the permitted 9. And we have passed the hour mark, half an hour to go therefore. It's deep. And nodded back across and cleared just when Justin Ellis was about to pounce for a tap-in. Offside flag up here. That US attack. Well, all change really. Worth and Willie tend to be the sitting 2 in this unit anyway. Morales, Swan, Ellis and Orejuela, the 4 more forward-thinking players, all fresh from the American bench. Yellow card out for the challenge by Willie. Well, they need something, Argentina. Maybe a spectacular goal from a free kick could be what kick-starts them. without any success yet. Well, that's more like it. Initial effort beaten out. Forward by Blake Willie. That was too short for Morales. Ellis. USA take on the Australians on Saturday. Argentina play France. Forward by Chonky into Colton Swan. What a debut for the Colorado youngster. 50 seconds. He scored against France. On for half an hour here. With more American changes coming shortly. Really pleasing thing for Marlon LeBlanc is how well a totally different side has played. They might be in for a third goal here. That's well defended by Flores, and it needed to be. Offside flag was up anyway, but none of them knew that at the time. Andrew Baera and Colin Gusk, both of whom started the first match. Inbound for the USA here, with Nate Worth, who'd been booked, and Tyson Pearce making way. So the team is looking a little more like the one which started the first game actually now for USA. That's an important steal. They've got to find something here, Argentina. They're playing like they've got the belief they can get a goal. It looks energetic and neat and inventive, but then they only get that far. Gonzalo Vega has replaced now with Flamenco, by the way, and they get to that point. They can't seem to cause any damage inside the box, and they're shooting almost exclusively from just outside it. Inside the box now, and that's a dangerous pullback and an important bit of defending from Dunham. Colton Swan trying to feed it through, just too much on it for fellow substitute Justin Ellis of Orlando City. Coming into this tournament, 3 appearances, 3 goals. Just turned 18 a couple of weeks ago. Justin Ellis. So his Orlando teammate Colin Gusk has come on as well. Sean Platts as well on the bench. May see him before too long, another Orlando player. You don't often have to defend against free kicks in this kind of position, so or indeed take them as an attacking team. Six in there for Argentina. They've got to find something. There's only a quarter of the game left. Whipped in low. A crowd of bodies doing their job. Chonky leading the American charge here. The USA skipper on the counter-attack. A third goal will surely seal it. And Chonky's still got it here. Has he tried to pick out a teammate or the far corner of the net? Either way, it's fizzed in between the pair of them and out the other side. Argentina may have to start living a little more dangerously with players committed forward like that, because they are very much running out of time. Ravano, cross to Flores. Calmly brought out of the sky by Caden Moore. It's looked entirely composed, having come in to start this one. Here he is again. Bit more space this time for Moore, and he finds his captain. Chonky. Was waiting for the challenge, and now that's going to go as a handball against him. He was waiting for that challenge there and the contact, presuming he'd get the whistle for the free kick. He did not. Hence the handball call. Four on four here. And that is a hugely important tackle. Swan and Ellis thought they were through there. And they would have been, were it not for the challenge, which I think came in from Gonzalo Vega. Kane Rizvanovic probably expected to have a tougher examination than this. He may yet be required. 20 minutes still to go. Long time at any level. Jozwiak. Excellent work from Santiago Morales. Ravano on the cover for Argentina. Beautifully played, Orejuela here. The mazy run that's taken him away from goal, but plenty forward here for the USA. The cross is over here. Chonky's going to get there, is he? Just beaten to it. Not quite so comfortable as to be safe yet. One more goal surely would be, and two may well be enough, but given what happened to them the other day. Forward by Dunham. And now support arriving. Just a little overly tenacious with the challenge there. Santiago Morales. The other game in this group hasn't begun yet. Portugal have already got a healthy lead against Uruguay in their second game. They're in a group with Senegal and Japan. As Argentina makes some more changes here. Two of them, in fact. Takes their tally to 4. And an instant touch there. Montenegro trying to just feed it forward. Leguizamon making the run. It was the right run. It was the right intention on the pass too. Ellis. Strong centre forward play from the substitute, but now he's lost out. Not strong enough as it turned out. Dunham with a foot in. That's easy for Rizvanovic. Treble change it was for the Argentines. Moreno, Huertas and Lopez on. And, is that cramp? I think it might be for Braden Dunham. Huertas came on for Maldonado when he was injured in the first game. He has come on here. Ramiro Montenegro also on. With Lopez on as well in midfield. Jozwiak making way. It's just not happening for Argentina. Ravano staying on as he did in game 1. It's Montenegro up to Leguizamon. Chonky following him all the way, forcing him back. And still going here, Chonky. Now he's out of position. But they have done a very good job. This totally changed American defence of keeping them at bay. Had a couple of games in March. Some of these young Americans are involved in that. The first 2 friendlies under the coach Marlon LeBlanc. But games 3 and 4 for the still new coach. Giving him plenty to think about and plenty to enjoy. Leguizamon. Had a short pass on for the newly arrived Huertas and didn't choose to go that way. And that's another nearly moment, snuffed out pretty comfortably by the American defence here. Some of this American group involved when the USA won the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship year before last. Excuse me, when they were runners-up. They have won that 3 times over, though, America at that level. So it's a good foundation. We know how it's growing, especially within the more youthful sectors. Santiago Morales got there in the end. He had 3 goes at trying to tackle Lopez and made it 3rd time lucky. Here's Leguizamon, seeing more of the ball in this second half than he did in the first. They got probably, 15 minutes to score twice here. There's half a chance. But it was an air shot. Deep cross. So deep, it's going to find its way to Leguizamon. Oh, but he's offside. And that'll be frustrating.
Go, boys, pick it up. Move the ball.
Substitution for Argentina, number.
And there you go, into the final 10.
Being replaced by number.
It was 93.
Remplacement pour,
And the French got it back to
l'Argentine,
2-1. And a minute later it was 2-2. So it can be done, but you wouldn't say there's been much promise of Argentine goals in this one. As Ciro Florentin replaces Jonas Ravano at the back. Right, might actually be a reshuffle there looking at it. Ravano has come out from the back, but we'll see. And the captain, Barbona, has made way for Gabi Vasquez, who was a very late substitute on against Australia as well, the Quilmes player. A couple of cameos for him. Maybe he'll get a start in game 3 against the French. That's not a bad ball in at all. Cordoba didn't quite have the conviction on the attack for it. Oh, Florentin, excuse me. Once again, the bodies are in the way and the shots are blocked. Chunky with the latest of them. Oreja Reina. And then Morales and Chunky. Committed to the last. Florentin on Ellis there. Just offside. Colton Swan. He didn't want to look. I think he knew what was coming. The offside flag there. He had maybe a second to think he was racing clear and a chance for 3-0. Braden Dunham was just trying to marshal that out. Didn't quite have enough juice on it to get over the line, but job done. Well held up by those fresh forwards again. Ellis on the charge. Oh, that's excellent play. And still Ellis. Couldn't quite get the shot away or find a teammate, but you've seen already, even in a very brief spell from the bench, he is hard to shake off the ball, Justin Ellis. You can see why he's getting game time from Marlon LeBlanc, and indeed why he's getting goals. 3 in 3 before this tournament. Scored against Morocco in March. They were in Marbella then, and he also scored the 96th minute goal against Japan when they lost last September, as well as in the win against Peru, which is when Kane Rizvanovic on the ball here, got his one and only cap before this game. He kept a clean sheet, and it looks like he may well be doing that again here on his second cap. What a nice start to international football for Rizvanovic. USA looking for the finish here to set the seal on it. We've got 5 minutes and whatever else is added on here. A debut to remember so far for Braden Dunham, who makes another clearance there. His debut goal right before half-time, giving them the cushion. Now he's in no rush to take this free kick. Orejuela, Chonky. That's really good from Leo Orejuela, until it wasn't. He'll hope the giveaway doesn't count for much. Montenegro squares it. Leguizamon. They've just been slightly hungrier to win those 50-50s, the USA in this game. Ellis. It's all very narrow. Where's the room? He went for something very delicate with Colin Guska, his Orlando City teammate, having made the run from deep midfield. There's a ricochet on that could drop anywhere. Little bit of panic in the US box, an unusual situation to have to deal with there. Awkward bouncing ball, but they've dealt with it. And that was not a good challenge. And the referee might have to get involved here to stop what was a pretty unpleasant foul, becoming something else as well on top of that. I think that was 2 yellow cards shown there, one for the challenge by Ravano and one for the aftermath that came.
Substitution for the United States. Player number 17 is being replaced by number 16. Remplacement pour les États-Unis, Le numéro 17 est
Been an
remplacé
impressive
par le
display by
joueur
Blake Willie
numéro
of Sacramento.
16.
And with just a few minutes to go, he is replaced by Snyder Brunel of the Seattle Sounders, who started the first game, and he's going to finish the second one. Kufia. He's not exactly had a ton of work to do, but twice beaten. Forward by Ravano. Morales on one of those dribbly runs again. It's a good tackle from Ravano, and then he's there to pick up the pieces. It was him and Vasquez, the other recipient of the card, by the way. Ravano. And confirmation of it there. Gabi Vasquez. There were two shown in quick succession. We're into the final half minute of normal time. And Caden Moore stops that from being a corner. Morales taking a chance as we go into stoppage time in Neon. And Morales has it back. Now Ellis onside this time. Colton Swan in the middle. He wants the goal himself, Ellis, and he overdid it, but it was lovely footwork to get there, wasn't it? What a shame he couldn't quite pull the trigger. Offside flag up here. We've still got 4.5 minutes to play.
Boys, all the way through.
They look the more likely to get the next goal in this game, even though they're not the team that needs it. Great ball. Maybe a stoppage time, something to cling to and try and add to. Miracles required for Argentina, shut out in both games so far. Can they find a way to goal before the full-time whistle here? They're not even going to get a corner for that one. Maybe one final chance here. Six of them up for it. Maybe shortly to become 7. Argentina have 3 minutes to score 2 goals, just like the French did against the USA. At the weekend. That's an excellent ball in. Jonky will keep it in. Really good delivery. That deserved to have a finisher on it. I think this has been a very impressive display from the USA here. Throw quickly taken by Montenegro. Quickly dispossessed though, and look at the space here. Santiago Morales, he's got Ellis with him. He went for the clever reverse pass. Orejarena was the second favourite to get there, and sure enough arrived second. Huertas. Risk taken. Shouldn't have bothered. And that was just about as blatant a foul as you could have had. Snyder Brunel, in fairness to him, tried to stay up. He wanted to keep the attack going. The referee had to bring that back in the end. Wonder if he'll be back in the starting lineup for the match against the French later in the week. Marlon LeBlanc really changing it up plenty today. In fact, only his captain kept his place. Everyone else was different. That is more within the spirit of this Friendship Cup, I think. Argentina, no changes. The USA, 10 changes. And it hasn't stopped them at all. And Santi Morales of Inter Miami has got a sight of goal here. That Ravano card some time ago now, just confirmation of it there. As Morales pops one on target. It's a comfortable stop for Kufia. He hasn't had too much to do, but nor has Rizvanovic at the other end. Oh, that's good from Chonky. Embodying the battling spirit of this USA team, who are heading for 5 points out of 6. Into the final seconds now, it's launched forward. It's headed away by Chonky, and that will do it. And the ball booted away in frustration. Argentina shut out again, but this time it doesn't get them a shootout. The USA winning by 2 first-half goals to 0. An early one really nicely taken by Jayden Contreras, and then right on half-time by Braden Dunham on debut. And the USA have 5 points out of 6 in Group A. They will play France on Saturday, and they are in a wonderful position, with France taking on Australia later on. Those are the full-time numbers. The most important ones, though, are that the USA have won here. They've beaten Argentina, deservedly so too, by 2 goals to 0.